Where's my little friend? If you could see him, he's just ran away, isn't he? It's that time of year. Replace the one that got deflated last year. Not the woman. The floaty thing. Anyway, how's your day? This heat has made me think about when people are moving to Spain. What the past few days have taught us is, oh my goodness, when you're just half an hour inland from the sea, what difference in the temperatures. We've been hitting 37, 38 degrees for over a week now, and I've got to say, it is unbearable. We're sitting on the 30th of June, and it's never normally as hot as early. And I know that everyone's been going on about we're having a heat wave, but if you're Scottish, you're not used to this type of weather. I mean, 22 degrees during the night is your summer temperatures back home. And I know they're having 30 odd degrees down in the south of England today, but it is a consideration for you to think about, because I know that a lot of people are saying, right, I'm going to start looking inland slightly, because there are a lot of cheaper properties. And even in the Costa del Sol, we've found properties, we found a 5-bedroom house for 140,000 euros. Unbelievable, down in the Costa del Sol. Just whilst we were looking at stuff, there are properties inland that can be a lot cheaper, but the one thing that you need to think about is the summer. Now, are you going to be one of those people? One of those people that decides, you know what, the place is too hot, I'm going to head home in August. And believe it or not, that happens quite a lot here. And it's one of the things that we found that's completely bizarre about this little village that we stay next to, is that it completely empties in August. Having came from the madness that is Torrevieja in the August, and the craziness and how busy it is, to then realising that the Spanish actually do the same. You know, they empty their towns, empty the little towns and head to the coast because it's too hot. Far too hot. Anyway, with that being said, I am in town and I'm going to go and grab a coffee. So just had a nice coffee in town, nice little chat with some folk, and back into the garden, hiding in the shade. Currently looking at the tomatoes. There is some onions still to come out the ground. The broccoli's done, and it's just the tomatoes that's left. This heat has actually been... And there's the thing, because growing tomatoes back in the UK, it's easy. You grow them in a... What do you call those things again? My mind's went completely blank. A greenhouse. Yes, a greenhouse. But here you grow them out in the open. And last year they were fine. Last year the tomatoes we had were absolutely amazing. They were brilliant. And the harvest was perfect. This year we do have some bigger tomatoes, but due to the fact that you're kind of working, you need to get out and get them picked. And this all relates to the sun. This is all relatable, by the way. It's not just talking about the garden before you decide, I'm not really interested in your garden, mate. It's all related to the heat. And we're finding that the tomatoes are splitting. You touch the tomatoes and they're absolutely boiling. And I noticed that the guy up the road, he's built a fence out of this stuff to kind of shade them. Shade these tomatoes. But anyway, if you are thinking about moving to inland Spain, it is one of the things that you need to think about, because it's just, I mean, it's now 11:30 and it's 34 degrees already. And it's bonkers. It is absolutely bonkers. Even Ginny's too hot. Hi, Ginny. Yeah, I'm filming. Again. See, this is what I'm on about. Yesterday they weren't ready. They were just about to go red. Today they've split. And you feel them, and already they're absolutely boiling hot. I suppose there's one thing. Whilst it is absolutely roasting, and it was nice to see all the comments yesterday. We're going to go through the comments today. Nice to see all the comments yesterday of people that look at Costa Blanca South, look at Costa del Sol, and look at other areas of Spain, because that's really what this channel was really meant to be about. It was the journey of us in Spain, and I think I'm definitely done with the garden. I'm going to have to get the farmer in with the rotavator and just get it all rotivated, and then that's it, done and dusted. I need to get Antonio, get in touch with him. So yeah, when you're thinking about, and I know there are a lot of people that are still contemplating trying to move to Spain in the future, and due to retirement and people waiting on elderly family departing this dear earth, which is a sad reality for a lot of people. Take your time. Don't be rushed into things. I think sometimes I'm totally getting into the Spanish way of living, and I think that's a good video actually. That could maybe be another video. How the longer that you're here, and especially when I look back at the early videos on the channel, it was very, you could tell we were fresh, and a lot of people used to laugh at it and say, oh look at them young ones coming to Spain and living the dream and in holiday mode for the first year and a half due to COVID. That's the worst part of it. We were stuck in a situation due to the fact that lockdowns went on so long. But then when you look at the progression of the channel over the years, you can see us getting more and more away from the holiday mode and the sort of touristy mode, and when not turning Spanish, because you're never ever going to turn Spanish, you're never going to, but you embrace life as much as you can in a Spanish way, and I think that's what I really enjoy. I think I did try to sort of live a little bit of a British way when we first moved out here, and I ended up going to British bars and stuff, which is still fine. It's great. It's great if you want to play bingo and stuff, and that's just not me. But coming further inland, it is roasting hot. The Spanish all bugger off to the seaside, and it's July tomorrow. Oh, that'll be the start of it. The exodus from Madrid will start, won't it? You get the ones that come down in July, and then you get the ones that come down for August. I think the property next door has just been set up for, because that gets let out to a family in July, and then a different family come in August. So that is it. That's the beginning of it. On that note, I'm going to try and get some gardening done before it gets too hot, and then I'm going to be inside all day. I am going to spend the next couple of months just hiding from the sun. But anyway, I ain't rabbited on this video. I hope it's helped you in your search for wisdom on a Monday afternoon, if you can be such thing watching this channel. But there's one thing for sure. I thought it was cool when it was 23 degrees this morning, when I'm sitting outside here, sitting on the terrace, and it was 23 degrees, and I thought, that's actually nice. And then I thought to myself, go and listen to yourself. 23 degrees is not cool, but it is now. It's like at this time of year, 23 degrees is like, oh, thank goodness. It was like last night, actually, before we go. It was like last night, when the sun starts to just go down and the heat just switches off. Sitting in the garden, and then all of a sudden, the mosquitoes wake up, because it's like, oh, it's cooler now, we come out to play. The joys, isn't it? At least it's not midges. Anyway, I'm going to have a shave today. That's the way I go.